Personal development and self-care got complicated.
10-step routines, new approaches every day, one day coffee is good, next one it's not. It's hard to keep up. But today we'll do things the easy way. I'll share with you my current top micro habits that help me stay happy, healthy, and productive. The rule was that I do them daily, they take up less than a couple of minutes and don't require any complicated processes. It's going to be easy, I promise. Let's go!
We can make it together.
I used to beat myself up for not being able to do a 1-hour workout every day. I'm pretty sure someone in the comments will say, oh, but it's just 1 hour. Well, if you work full time or have family commitments or have a health condition that you need to manage, sometimes you get an hour, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you get 30 minutes or a quarter, and that's better than nothing. So I stopped obsessing about this 1-hour workout thing, and instead I decided to squeeze a tiny bit of extra movement wherever I can. The rules that I made for myself are, if the distance on Google Maps is less than 15 minutes, I walk. You can expand it to 20 or 30 minutes if you want. If there's less than 4 flights of stairs, I climb the stairs.
Climbing the stairs is particularly useful because it's this type of activity that exercises all muscle groups and is good for overall fitness. Apparently, people who climb the stairs regularly have much lower risk of dying from heart disease or stroke. So there you go, easy habit and you can live much longer. Both activities, so walking and climbing the stairs, are examples of NEAT, meaning non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And that means burning calories throughout the day in any way that's not structured exercise. So fidgeting or walking, climbing the stairs, really anything. And apparently it accounts for from 15 to 30% of our daily calorie expenditure, and we can influence whether that's 15 or 30. So as you start paying attention, you can really go throughout your day in a way that maximizes NEAT. So stretch at your desk, go get a glass of water, go to the shop, get something for somebody, or go to the kitchen, really anything. It's a very small habit, but helps us move more and stay healthier. I'm a huge fan of small changes that can help us improve our mental health. And as a chronic warrior, I thought I know most of them by now. But obviously, it turns out I don't. And very recently, I learned about the benefits of humming. So it turns out that humming helps us activate the vagus nerve, which in turn activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which in turn helps us relax more. It also boosts mood, improves blood circulation, and improves heart rate variance, which is a metric that shows how well we can respond to stress. A lot of benefits. If you're curious about the science, you can check out the book, The Humming Effect. I personally hum whenever I clean, as I go throughout my day, when I walk, even on the tube, because it's so busy and loud, no one pays attention to me anyway. So yeah, just a simple thing, but also has loads of benefits. Cultivating optimism is super important. Why? Because optimists live longer, they are happier and more successful at everything they do. To quote, optimism is a strategy for making a better future, because unless you believe that the future can be better, you are unlikely to step up and take responsibility for making it so. So, if you are a naturally born optimist, good for you, you can skip to the next part. But me, as a hopeless pessimist, I have to make a lot of conscious effort to try and think more positively. So one tiny thing that I started doing recently is that I end every negative thought or sentence that I say with something positive. So for example, if I think, oh, I'm really exhausted, I would say, I'm really exhausted, but luckily on the weekend, I will have the opportunity to do something that I like. It changes everything. Try it. I briefly mentioned aromatherapy in my previous video on tiny habits, but I played it down. I did not want to be this crazy aromatherapy lady, but I take it back. I now fully embrace this identity. Smelling things is treated by our brain as new experiences, which helps us boost our mood and stimulate our cognitive functions. University of California did a study in 2023 where over 6 months participants of the study were exposed to new smells every evening. And the result was that their cognitive functions and memory improved over twofold. So you can enjoy the smell of freshly cut grass or blooming flowers. But
whenever the weather's bad, I don't have the time to go outside. I do my own aromatherapy at home. And the nice thing about it is that you don't have to do it on its own. You can do it as you do other things. So for example, when I'm reading in the evening, I would put on my essential oils vaporizer or this essential oils roll-on that I put on my wrists. And it just helps me relax. Again, I don't think it will heal you or make you smarter, but it's just good for your overall well-being. But I also have a couple of other things that I want to show you. I remember when back at uni, I was crying over something, and a friend of mine gave me a glass of water and said, "You know you can't be drinking water and crying at the same time." Well, I still don't know if it's true, but it definitely distracted me and helped me replenish all the fluids that I lost because of all the crying that I've been doing. Water is good for you. That's a no-brainer. It's good for clear skin, healthy digestion, intellectual performance, pretty much anything. The trick is to trick yourself into drinking more. And the way that I do it is that I either put stuff into my water to make it taste better, like lime or mint. And I also have this water bottle that tells me how much I should be drinking by what time. So what happens every day is that I look at the bottle, I'm like, oh God, I forgot to drink again. I drink. I put more water into my bottle, and the cycle repeats itself. So yeah, any way you can make yourself drink more, it's great for you. Oxytocin is one of those magic substances that makes everything better. It lowers the blood pressure, it lowers stress, but it calms the muscles and increases trust between people. The easiest way to get it is by hugging someone. And apparently we need 6 to 8 hugs per day to function normally, but what if you live alone and don't have anyone to hug? Well, thankfully, there are tons of ways to get oxytocin on your own. For instance, you could get a bath, do a loving kindness meditation, you could do self-massage, sing or dance alone or with a group, you could stroke a pet, and my favorite, you could get oxytocin by giving a compliment to someone. And now that I think of it, it's quite magical that by being kind to somebody else or doing something nice for somebody, you get your own happiness hormones up as well. So I wanted to tell you that the fact that you are here today means that you care about your body and that you care about your personal development, and I'm so proud of you. Also, thanks for helping me get my oxytocin up today. I really needed this. Final micro habit could be most important. If you get this one right, the rest should be easy. It's about getting a good night's sleep. It may sound complicated because it involves 3 things, but it's actually easy because it involves not doing things, so you only need to remember what not to do. It's called the 3-2-1 rule, and it means that 3 hours before going to bed, you don't eat, 2 hours before going to bed, you don't drink, and 1 hour before going to bed, you avoid all the screens. I'm not naturally a good sleeper, so for me, having these rules is very important to make sure that I do everything that I can to have a good night's sleep. So I hope this was easy, but to make it even easier, I made a table for us. The table helps me remember when I can do every micro habit, why I do it, and it also has a prompt which helps me remember what it is about. It's helpful to me. I hope it's also helpful to you. If you like this video, let me know because I have more. Good night.